got questions, let me know too. Okay, so put your name on here. So when it ends up on the floor, I can figure out who it belongs to. And then let's zoom in to 3.1 and 3.2 over here. The first thing that I would like for you guys to do is cross out 3.2. We are not testing you over 3.2. It's not that 3.2 isn't important. It's that it's the end of the semester, and we made the executive decision to not put any 3.2 problems on the test. Because if a problem was in standard form, and if one was y equals mx plus b, and one was in standard form, which is what we did in 3.2, it actually is going to probably be easier for you to do substitution. So we're not going to test over that. We've got 3 little examples here. Number of solutions. How many solutions does this guy have? None. So it's no solutions. This is 1 solution. Remember, if it's 1 solution, though, you got to write what the solution is. And then if it's the same line on top of itself, it's infinite solutions. Okay, we've got 1 example of graphing with both equations in slope-intercept form, because that's the most practical time to graph. So we've got y equals negative 2/3 x plus 6. We're going to start at a y-intercept of 6. We're going to graph negative 2/3, so we're going to go down 2, right 3, down 2, right 3. Connect those puppies. For y equals 1/2 x minus 1, we're going to start at a y-intercept of negative 1. Graph a slope of 1/2. Up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2. Oh, look, they connect. Crazy. How are we playing for that? Oh, and my ruler got off kilter. Okay, what is the solution of that system? 6, 2. So we go over 6, up 2. Write it as an ordered pair. Make sure x always goes first. On almost all of the graphs, I think on all of the graphs that I've given you this unit, there's a little tiny x right there. There's a little tiny y right there. So if you can't remember which one's the x-intercept, you go over and then up. And now you've got an example on your note card of x being first. Okay, any questions there? Right, in that case, we will go look at graphing systems of inequalities. So this is the one thing that you guys haven't seen yet again today. Graphing systems of inequalities, that's where we graphed 2 lines and shaded them. Those solutions ended up in the double shaded area. We shade above a dashed line for a greater than symbol. We shade above a solid line for a greater than or equal to symbol. We shade below a dashed line for a less than symbol. We shade below a solid line for less than or equal to. Okay, so we've got 1 example of this. Our first equation, just kidding, that's an inequality. Our first inequality is y is greater than 2x plus 4. So greater than is going to be shade above a dashed line. So dashed line, shade above. Thank you. I don't have this, student. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to start at a y-intercept of 4. Our slope is 2, so we'll go up 2, right 1. I immediately run out of space to go, so I'm also going to go down 2, left 1 a couple times. From there, I can connect all of those into a dashed line. And I can shade everything above it. Remember when you shade to go in one direction or the other? So I like to go against the line. Hey, and then we've got one more line to graph. We've got y is less than or equal to negative 1/3 x minus 4. For less than or equal to, we are looking at a solid line and shading below it. So solid below. So we'll start at negative 4. We're going to do a slope of negative 1/3. So we're down 1, right 3. Also go up 1, left 3 a couple times. And then we can go ahead and connect those into a solid line. I shade everything below that, and you want to go the opposite direction the first time you shade it. So that should give us a little double shaded area down here. Okay. Solutions are in the double shaded area. So if we ask you to list solutions, or I think there's like, I don't remember if it's multiple choice or like just a graph and you circle them on the test. I don't remember off the top of my head. But there are some questions on the test where it just asks you, is this a solution? You got to go look in the double shaded area and see if the point's there. So right here, so 3 solutions to this problem, negative 5, negative 3. That's a solution. Negative 6, negative 5. That's a solution. These ones are kind of hard because there's such a small area. Let's do negative 7, negative 4. That's a solution. We've got some real easy non-solutions because we can just use 0, 0, 1, 1, and 2, 2. Julian, put it away. Put it away. Oh, sorry, Julius, put it away. Yeah, no, you're good. Sorry. Okay. I haven't done that in a long time. I got really good at that. Sorry, guys. Okay, any questions right now? Flip this over. Okay, on the back side, we just have 2 examples, and one of them is one of our special ones, so it ends up being pretty quick. We didn't want to do a gajillion examples with you guys just for the sake of time. If, as you are working through your review, you would like more examples on your note card, what you can do is don't write huge right now, and then you can like cordon off this space and fit a whole nother example here, okay? So we're going to do this first one. We put 1 example of substitution on here. For this 1 example of substitution, we know x equals 3y plus 2. So we're going to take that 3y plus 2. We can plug it into our other equation for x. So we're going to do 2. Instead of x, we're going to plug in 3y plus 2 minus 6y equals 8. Two times 3y is 6y. 2 times 2 is 4. And then we have a minus 6y equals 8. What's about to happen to those 6y's? They cancel each other out. Goodbye. I like that. Just goodbye. So 4 equals 8 is all I have left. Does 4 equal 8? No. So what's my answer here? No solution. Okay. You guys have enough space that if you would like to put an example of substitution from either your notes, an assignment, your review, your choose a method assignment, if you want another example of substitution where you actually solve them both out, you are more than welcome to put that on, but that's on you at this point. Okay, let's look at our elimination one. Oh, and then right here, 3.4, cross out 3.5. There are no problems that you have to do 3.5 on the test, because if a problem should be done like how we did it in 3.5, it's honestly easier to do it how we did it in 3.6 and 3.7, okay? So we're not testing you over that because this is a more practical way to do it. So now let's do one elimination problem. We've got 4x plus 5y equals negative 14, 6x plus 3y equals 6. Do you guys want to cancel out x's or y's? I don't care. Y's? Okay, sounds good. What's the smallest number that 5 and 3 both go into? 15. Okay, so we'll multiply our top one by 3 to make it 15. So 3 times 4x is 12x. 3 times 5y is 15y. 3 times negative 14 is negative 42. All right, we made the top one be 15y. What do we need to make the bottom one have? Negative 15y. So we need to multiply our bottom equation by negative 5. So now we've got negative 5 times 6, which is negative 30x. Negative 5 times 3y is negative 15y. And negative 5 times 6 is negative 30. I didn't do it this way the first time around when I made like the key to the note card, so it kind of second guessing myself, but it should work. Okay, 12x minus 30x or 12x plus negative 30x, either way, it's negative 18x equals, because my 15y and negative 15y cancel, negative 42 minus 30, that is negative 72. Divide both sides by negative 18. We're going to get x equals negative 72 divided by negative 18 is positive 4. That's 18, 36, 72. Okay. If you have space and you want to keep writing there, you can. So that way you have space to put another example if you want. Up to you. I'm going to scoot over because I'm not putting in another example because I'm not taking this test. Instead, I'm going to grade 123 of them. Okay, we've got x equals 4. We can take that, we can plug it back into either original equation. I always just do it in the first one. So 4x plus 5y equals negative 14. So plug in that x in for 4. So we've got 4 times, or sorry, plugging it in for x. So 4 times 4 plus 5y equals negative 14. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 5y equals negative 14. And then just keep going from here. So we'll subtract 16 from both sides. Get 5y equals negative 14 minus 16 is negative 30. And divide both sides by 5. Get y equals negative 6. Okay, so your answer as an ordered pair is going to be 4, negative 6. Okay, there's one last thing on here, which is this pick a method, which is what we were just doing. on your test, there is a page that is going to have 4 problems on it. So it's a whole page. It's just chopped into 4. There's 4 problems on it. The directions at the top say, choose any method and choose any 3 of the 4 of these to solve. So you don't have to do all of them. If you do the 4th one, it's extra credit. So that way, if you get stuck on one of them, it's kind of an out to give you an opportunity. You are going to have to pick which method to use. Which of these 3 systems is it going to be easiest to graph? The middle one, because they are both y equals mx plus b. So this one would be easiest to graph. Okay, which of these, someone other than Cassie, would be easiest to substitute? The right one. Why? Yep. So we've got that y equals. If you want to, just because we didn't have one where we plugged in for y up here, if you want to help yourself by circling that and saying I would plug it in here, if that'll help you remember that when it's y equals, you plug it in for y, do that. And then process of elimination, for elimination, the easiest one to do by elimination would be this one. Okay. Any questions right now for the good of the cause? Okay, so things to know. 3.2 and 3.5 are not on the test. So that only leaves you 5 sections left of things that are going to be on the test. Your review packet has a page at the end where you are supposed to pick which method is best, or not pick which method, look at the solutions, and you're just like looking at a graph and picking where the solutions are, and then same with this graph. Other than that, there's basically 2 problems for every section. So nothing crazy. We have the rest of today, and then all of Monday for you guys to work on your review. Your review keys are already up in the exact same place on the, I gotta stop this video. It's just running endlessly. Stop video.